me, Izzy. I just wanted to come on here today and give you a kind of tour of what supplies I have as a beginner or somewhat beginner. So I hope you're having a wonderful day and we'll get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start off with are my markers. So I have a couple different types of markers here. I have this pencil case with my super tips, my Crayola super tips. I use these in my color by number, my pixel color by number. That's just in an old Dollar General case. This is just a drawer that I've pulled out that has got a variety of alcohol markers, permanent markers. There's even a Crayola in here. I have Sharpies, all sizes of Sharpies, the smaller size. And then I have a couple different types of alcohol markers. So I have these Masters Touch alcohol markers, and then these Art Skills alcohol markers that came in like you know, one of those art kits that have the markers, the oil pastels, the color pencils, all of that. That's where this came from. So yeah, most of these are kind of going out. I have another brand. Here they are. So I have these. What are these? These are Shuttle Art. Also have Shuttle. I don't really care for these. They dry out very quickly, but they work. Alright, so that's my drawer of markers. And then I have these, which there's several missing because I got these actually back in October, so about 6 months ago, about 7 months ago, and there are already a lot of them running dry. But I do have to say, my niece and nephew and we all use these alcohol markers a good bit. And some of the types of paper that they use them on, they really shouldn't be, because they just kind of absorb all of the ink. I got these off of Amazon, and I don't remember what they were called on Amazon, but I got them and they said Touch Yutch Yutch twin marker. I've seen someone buy these off of Temu as well. I won't be purchasing them again. They do have, and you can see it on these, they do have a number and a name, but some of them you can't. So you can see this one a little bit is coming off, and it might be all on the other side. I might have put them all upright. It did come with a colorless blender, and it also came with 2 white gel pens and 2 of these black markers with it has 2 ends. It has a thicker nib and then a thinner nib. So those are some things it came with. I'm not sure where the other marker is at the moment, but it came with 2 of these, 2 of these, and 1 blender. Okay, so that's my marker collection. Then I just have these soft pastels. I've actually never used them. I do not like the texture, the chalky texture of these. I'm not sure what color I'm missing. I'm missing one, but these came in one of those kits, those little art kits that you can get around the holidays, around Christmas time. Okay. Kind of along the same lines with markers, and we'll do some of my pens as well. So I have, just a couple more. I have these metallic markers, just grabbing them, that I got for a project at Christmas, and I doubt you're able to see that. They're metallic pen. It's like Guangna. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I don't know if you could. Yeah. Metallic pen. I got this set. It was a set of 6. I'm not sure where the other 2 are. Oh, well, here's one. There's 5. I'm not sure where the other one is. It might have been a set of 5. It was either a set of 5 or 6. And they are really, I really like these. I don't really have a paper to show you, but they're very metallic. They just have this end right here. They're pretty shiny. They work well on dark paper, and they also work well. I did a project, so it was like a card type material. I really liked those. So those. I have these Heath Throne felt tip pins. The color doesn't match at all to the tip, and then they just, I don't care for them that much. Bring that up so you can see it. So this is a fine tip nib, 0.4. So yeah, just these little fine liners. There's 100 of them. I grab them every now and then thinking I'm going to use them, and then as soon as I start coloring with them, I get frustrated and put them away. So there are those. Then I have my Tan Mint gel pens, which I guess you may say that they're not mine, because I bought them for my boyfriend in particular. We like to color a lot on date nights, and he loves gel pens. So I technically bought them for him, but I use them as well. So this is the full 120 set with the 120 refills. So those are my gel pens, Tan Mint. I really like them. Then I have a few types of colored pencils. Let's see. And this one is kind of a miscellaneous bag. Colored pencils, and I should have one more set. Here we go. Alright. Well, this is actually a couple sets in here. Alright, so in this bucket, this is the one that my niece and nephew use the most. They're these that they got for Easter. But then I have these, and I talked about these in a previous video. Strokes, I think is the name of it. I got these from Ollie's, and they're really good. They blend really well. They're nice and creamy. They're not as soft as Prismacolor though, but I kind of like that. I'm still getting used to Prismacolor. I've only used it very little. But I definitely like these better than Crayola. Not the Easter ones, but the Strokes one. I like them better than, I like them way better than Crayola, and a bit better than Prisma, but like I said, I'm still learning on Prisma. So those are the Strokes. I've not been able to find them since anywhere else. Then I have my Crayolas. This is actually 2 sets of 50, but as you see, I've used these a good bit. So these are just my Crayolas. And these are what I started with, and I've used these the most. Okay, we'll get to that one in a minute. And here I have a couple sets. I have my watercolored pencils, and I really like my water. They're not really in order. You can see where I've tried to give them numbers and swatch them out. I really like these. I don't know the name. It's just a set of 48. No, those are Red Christmas. And that my boyfriend gave me, and I really like these. I like these in my Kirby books as a foundation. Oh, excuse me. It's allergy season. It's full swing here. All right. So then I have my Prismacolors. I have a set of 72, and they're in a little bit of an order, but they're not in the greatest order. Like I said, I've used these a little bit. They're not really my favorite, but maybe that's just because I haven't gotten used to how they perform yet. So my Prismacolor, and then also in here, I have another set back here. I actually have 2. These Royal and Langnickel. I have these. These came in one of those sets. I actually have a Koh-i-Noor Polycolor colorless blender, and I actually have 2 of these. I'm not sure where the other one is. I should put that up with my Prismas because I forget I have it. I have another one as well. Yeah, it's right here. So I have 2 of those. I got these from Ollie's also. And then I have these Crayola signatures. I'm not sure if they're any different really than regular Crayolas. I haven't used them. They came in a kit. It was these, like a blending booklet, and like saying how to blend and kind of teaching you that. And then what else came in there? Some oil pastels, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. So that's that case. And then in here, let me put these in here so I don't lose them. Okay, and here, this is basically my travel bag. I got a little bit of everything in here. A little pencil sharpener. I like this pencil sharpener, but I go through them really fast. What else do I have in here? I have several things in here. I'll just stuff it out and put it back in as we go. So I have markers, and these markers actually, oh, my battery's dying. Oh no, I'm gonna have to be quick. Okay, here they are. Let's see. Oh no. Alright, so these markers actually came in one of those art kits. I actually kind of like them. They're water-based markers. They have, show you the tip. Just a little nib like that. I like them. They do the job. So I'll put them back in as we go. Those. This. I have a few pens. Like I said, this is my travel. There's another one of those markers. This is my travel bag, and I took it to therapy with me. And as you can see, I have this pink one, pink and a couple black pens, and then purple. In my journal, I would only write in purple ink, so I have those. This one, I really liked these big Gelocities. As you can see, this one's getting pretty low, and then this one isn't as low because I didn't use it as much. So my pens, those I would always write in my journal with. I have a pencil and an eraser, a couple erasers. I have this polymer eraser, and then I have one of these erasers, and then my pencil. So I would do some sketching with that. Another one of these markers. Then I have these colored pencils, and these aren't very pigmented. These are another one. These came in the same box as those markers. So let me get them all up. Yeah. So these colored pencils, they came in the same box as those markers. You know, one of those little art boxes that you get around the holidays. They do match up really well with those markers. So colored pencils. And then my twistables. Let's see. It's right here. I don't have very many. There was all kinds of stuff in that bag. So I don't have a ton of twistables, but I have several. These are kind of mostly pastel type colors. They're not really that bright. But yeah, I would use these in my one color coloring books. Where I would just take one and I wouldn't have to worry about resharpening. I would just sit there in the group and go through. So yeah, I kept those in my backpack when I was in treatment. And even now, if I'm going somewhere and I want to take something quick, I just grab this. Okay. Let's see, next we have my paints. We'll do paints next. I have a few different paints. A couple palettes, a couple fixes. Alright, so this was a set that I got of watercolors I got at Christmas one year. Probably, I think it was 2021. So it's, what is it? It's Master's Touch. They're actually pretty good. You can see some of them are, decanted them. Well, I guess you could say decant, but I've put them in a palette, and I'll show you that palette here in a minute. There's two zinc titanium whites, which is interesting to me. But it came with some brushes. It came with some pencils, and here's like a little eraser. And this palette, it's okay. I've used it once. It's a pretty hard plastic, but I don't really use it. So yeah, those Master Touch watercolor set. In here, I also have watercolors, and I think I have some acrylic paints in here too. So let's see, I have Art Skills. Art Skills acrylic paint. So I have a few bottles of that came from one of those Christmas kits. And then I have these Handmade Modern watercolors. These are watercolor paints. And these came from Target, actually. Oh, and I have another Art Star. This was another from one of those kits. These are watercolors. There's just a few of these. I think there's 4. Red, blue, brown. Maybe there's only 3. Oh, there's the 4th one. Red, yellow, blue, and then burnt umber. So yeah, these are just some acrylic paints, but mostly watercolors. And then a couple extra pans. And this is actually, what is that, Royal and Langnickel art kit that I just took everything out of, and I'm using it for my watercolors. So here are my watercolor palettes. So this one, Starry Night, I love Starry Night, I love Van Gogh, has a mixture. So up here in the top, probably to about here to the white, these are all of the Master's Touch ones, and they dried out really well. And then below here, those actually might, yeah, all to the white are the Master's Touch. And then these 4 are those ones that came in an art kit. You see they're all clumpy and they're not the greatest, but I wanted to have them in here as well because I had the perfect number. And then these 12 are the ones from Target, and they had a good bit of cracking, but they're still pretty good. I really like, oh, that's tacky. I really like the shimmer of the gold and the silver. I really like that. Those are really good. So, small little Van Gogh palette. Then I have this watercolor palette. Oops, I'm losing one. And I got some stuff going on over here. I'm not sure. I think that goes here. Looks like it broke off. Okay, let me move that away. Alright, so this is actually, if you saw my collection videos, I have Watercolor in the Forest by, is it Jade Fox? And this is the palette that goes with that, based on the colors in the beginning. And so I just have my little key here. So that's what I use that for. And then over here you see where I was mixing some stuff. So I have that palette. And then when I get, oh no, that does not sound good. I need to, if you know how to re-stick these, let me know, because I just, these popped out. These 2 popped out, and then this one popped out again. Oops, right there. Gotta be more careful. I haven't used my watercolors in a long time. Alright, and then I have this kit. This is actually, I don't even know the name of it. I don't know. These are metallic shimmer, pearlescent watercolors. And my mom actually bought these for me from Bell's Outlet. And I'm not sure if you can really see the shimmer. Excuse me. But I really like them. They are very I'm sorry. They're not super pigment, but they are very shimmery. Very shimmery. paints. I got those. And then I have some acrylic paints as well. Just some of this acrylogy. Came from the dollar store. This is what I like to use with my niece and nephew, and I have a ton of them, a ton of different colors. These are just 2 I grabbed off the shelf. Okay. I'm not sure if I showed these, but these are just some chalk pastels. I really don't like the texture of chalk pastels. I also have some oil pastels, and they're kind of hidden over here. Where did they go? Here's some my oil pastels, the oil pastels gel crayons. But actually, before we move on to those, I have these Fine Touch brushes that I like, and I also have these brushes. A few of these, and you can see where I've been using it. My niece has been using it for what I'm about to show you. All right, so these are my, I classify these oil pastel water soluble crayons. So I have these Crayola ones. These came in that blend kit. So there's just a few of them. Blue, red, yellow, brown, white, and black. And I actually want to get the portfolio set, the full set of these. These are Crayola, but I know that they have them under the portfolio, and these are water soluble. That's why they're kind of in here by themselves. I learned that, and I have those in here. Also, water soluble, I have this color. It was a colorful. I got these off of Amazon. They're okay. As far as being water soluble, they dissolve a little bit, but not great. Mostly my niece and nephew have been using these, and we've been using them for backgrounds. They just kind of twist up. It's got a lot of plastic packaging for what you get, and I'm not really a big fan of that. But I have these. I like using them for background with those brushes I just showed you. And then I have this whole bag full of different oil pastels that came from different kits. I've got Art Skills and some other kind of no-name artist oil pastels. They're not great quality. Every now and then I'll use them. My last adventure trying to use them did not work well. I got frustrated and I didn't like how the picture turned out. But my nephew really likes the oil pastels, so I keep those mostly for him. If y'all have any tips or tricks with oil pastels, or maybe it's just the quality of these isn't great because it came from those kits and some of them are pretty old, just let me know, because I would love to learn how to use different media. I'm just gonna kind of move that to the side for now. I have these stencils from the dollar store. You can see it where I've used this one and not cleaned it, but I have a butterfly stencil. I have these hearts, and I actually haven't used these in coloring books yet. I've used them in a couple paintings, but not in art, or in in coloring books. These flowers, stars. What is this? Like sea creatures. And then birds. Haven't even taken the birds out of the package. But stencils. And I think that's everything, actually. I have this pencil sharpener, a Dahl 133. I really like this pencil sharpener. Yeah, that is all my supplies. As pretty much a beginner colorist, I've colored over the years, but I think the nicest thing I have are my Prismacolors, and I don't really like them. But if you have any suggestions of something that blends well without a ton of layers, but isn't as soft as the Prismas, and maybe I just need more practice with them, I'm not sure. But if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to see me do a page with a certain media, just let me know, and I can do that as well. All right, well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.